Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. What's up guys? Hope you're doing well. We're going to do a love reading today, taking a look at what is going on now with the person who you were dealing with. Remember though, it is a general reading, so it won't resonate for everyone, unfortunately. However, if you are interested in personal readings, I have a half price sale at the moment. A link for that is in the description box below. So, some big changes coming up for you guys, Sagittarius. As it relates to love, does seem like for some of you the overall energy is the Hierophant. Main focus here is the Fool card. For some of you, there may be a longer term connection that has been positive, but maybe moving forward a little bit slower than we would like. That the next stage is about to be leapt into actual commitment. Others of you, there's a kind of newer connection here that seems to be manifesting into a long-term commitment quite rapidly. So with the combination of the Hierophant and the Fool, you may have actually cleared up something in terms of karmic energy in relation to yourself, your path, and love, because it's wrapping up whatever you needed to learn, you've learned. Could be a soulmate here, because energetically you're at the right vibrational match. The Fool is not the number one, he's the number 0. The potential of all things ties in a little bit so similar with the energy of the High Priestess. With that Death card, there's a bigger change or shift. I don't know if this is necessarily, because this is all focused on a connection, or more specifically a commitment that is manifesting quickly, or that someone is finally ready to take that leap. This may be coming through because of the energy of the Hierophant, of someone learning something or realizing something. What is the advice here? There is also potential, if some of you have been dealing with someone who is in an actual marriage, that they may have left now. The advice here is the Magician, so that focus on the start, the number 1, or what comes after the energy of the Fool. But the overall message it's given me here for you Saggies, and we've got 3 major arcana. Particularly those of you that are single and moving on, looking for something new, where you feel like you have closure fully on the past situation. You may be that right vibrational match where that soulmate is coming into alignment now. One of the common questions I get asked all the time in personal readings is, what is coming up for me in love? So sometimes it's looking at, is there something naturally coming into alignment, or is there an issue or something we need to deal with first to bring in that person? But it's whatever the challenge or something, you've already learned the lesson, gotten yourself to the place you need to be, where something is just potentially coming in here. We've got the number 20 in Judgment showing up for the blocks and challenge. That's double 10, a longer cycle. So particularly a lot of you, I do like this reading, Saggies, because a lot of you are closing out a lot of more challenging, difficult, or heavy energy tied to love and your own journey, and anything that is held you back or prevented something manifesting in. For those of you where you're in a fairly good and stable connection that is progressing well but just isn't hitting that next step, whatever it is that is being causing someone to hold back or resist, the Hierophant is conservative energy, an old way of doing things. With that Judgment energy, seems like it's being released, and 4 of Cups reverse, upright is the energy of stagnation. In reverse here, it's coming out of it, but through the action or communication here with the Magician. I think as well, some of you could have been waiting for, and I think we've all done this, had a past person that maybe we don't feel there's closure on, maybe we would like another chance, or maybe we just want the kind of explanation so that we're able to put it to rest. But either you or the person you're dealing with may have had a past connection that wasn't fully closed off and we were waiting, but whatever it is has kind of been released, and we're no longer waiting. We're not looking back, we're looking forward. The energy of the Magician here. So let's see, what is this person's intentions? Because this seems like one of the more very clear readings, where whoever this person is, could be Taurus, because we've got two Taurus cards now with the Hierophant and the King of Pentacles showing up in reverse here. So it seems they wanted to be more sure or certain around something before diving head in. With the Hermit energy Virgo attached to this as well, seems it'd been doing a lot of contemplation around the kind of future and things like that, particularly as well what it is that either is in the connection that you need or want, or that they need, what they want. King of Pentacles energy Taurus usually has a lot to do with value. It is money, but it's the side of Venus to do with like physical love and stuff as well. I say that because part of the energy of the Hierophant is to do with like our values, traditions and stuff like that. So they may have taken some time, because Taurus energy is very stable, very solid, but it can be slow moving and resistant to change. So I think this is a person who gives a lot of contemplation before making very big changes. So it seems they've been doing that. What are their actions, please? We've got the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Three of Wands. So there's a surprise for something, but not in this current moment, coming up with the Three of Wands. I think this is tying into the King of Pentacles in reverse as well, because there's a weight there. The advice here is the Magician. I feel like we've waited long enough. Someone needs to initiate this or take action now. So whoever this energy is, Sagittarius, it's very Capricornian, Taurus, quite sort of practical, pragmatic, but maybe isn't usually someone who is super like risk taker or would just dive in, which is what the energy is moving into in the Fool. But they're still contemplating this a little bit, because the Nine of Cups is that way to offer something with the Three of Wands. Where is that energy then going? Page of Swords, finally, the actual communication. The King of Wands, and the Eight of Wands, communication and action. So there is still a slight pause or delay or wait here, Sagittarius. I don't know why. It's like, do you know if you're planning for a trip and you've wrote out all of like the list of everything you need, you've checked it, you've packed your bag, but then you pull everything out and it's like, okay, actually I just want to recheck again, where you're being a little bit overly cautious around something. So it's kind of like this final energy of like planning or thinking, but they've already made the decision, already made the choice. And it seems here you're getting an actual like commitment, although there's a slight delay around it. But I wouldn't be surprised if this person is like asking you to be in a relationship, or that next stage Cancerian energy, because of the Three of Wands as well. And the Eight of Wands is movement, Three of Wands having to do a long distance. Could be that next stage of either meeting up for some of you or potentially moving in together. But there's a delay around that communication. They're just, I wouldn't say it's not even rethinking it, it's just for some reason going over it all again. At least when this person makes a decision, you know, like they've 100% made it. They're not the type of person to hastily make a decision or choice, then change their mind. what if that Taurus stubbornness, but this person with that Hierophant energy is like the vibe, and particularly when tied into the Fool, who I would say one day you would end up marrying. But that is your reading. Hope you enjoyed it and it resonated for you, Sagittarius. Remember, though, it is a general reading, so it won't be for everyone, unfortunately. However, if you would like some specific information and answers around your own individual situations, you can check out the sale on personal readings in the description box below. Cheers.